Well, that's good.
Hey, welcome back to LeijaLift. I'm Juan.
Victor.
And this is LeijaLift, where we podcast before we lift. You can find us on Juan Leija underscore or Juan LeijaLift underscore on Instagram.
And Victor Leija underscore.
And then you can also ask us your questions on eliteathlete.online/contact. That way we can bring them up during our podcast session or our YouTube session and answer those questions. And anything else? Or is that about it?
Yeah.
Man, we're getting better at this.
Yeah.
All right, so let us begin on the Spurs. So they've played, 3 games this week or so?
Yeah.
They played back-to-back away games on Friday or Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Was it Thursday, Friday? Or
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday?
Wednesday, Thursday.
Wednesday, Thursday. I think you're right.
Clippers, Warriors,
Yeah.
and then the first game.
The 2 games. Yeah, 2 away games. So what do you think? Right now they're like number 2, but it's like 5 games in.
Yeah, it's 5 games in.
5 games in.
And I think the ones we're behind is also the Clippers.
Yeah, Clippers are like, well, I mean, everyone's like, there's like 2 4-1 teams, and everyone else is like 3-2 or 4-2.
Yeah. Wait, who else did? I thought we played Portland. No, we didn't.
Yeah, Portland, but that was like
So
a
that
couple.
was 4 games then.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's been a couple
4 games.
The only losses against the Clippers.
Yeah. So actually, I'm pleasantly surprised.
We'll do this
how well
week.
they're
This
doing.
weekend recap right here. This
Yeah.
weekend recap on Spurs.
Pleasantly surprised with everything that I've seen, and we really what did we lose by like 4 or 5 against the Clippers, something like that.
Yeah, but they were down by a few during the third quarter. But the whole game was really like back and forth between 5 points.
Yeah, so I mean that's actually that's a really good sign. Sure, yeah, they don't have Paul George right now, but I mean it's for us with a lot of young players. I think that's a really good sign, and I'm actually really pleasantly surprised.
Yeah,
I
but
like it.
But I would say most of the games have also been like within a handful of points throughout the whole game.
Well, yeah, but the only like really like team that I would say should not have been that way is the Knicks.
Right.
The rest are, I mean, they're good teams.
The Trailblazers.
The Blazers are good too.
Yeah.
Lillard, McCollum, now they got Whiteside on there, so they have a strong team as well. I completely forgot about them in the last video. We were ranking them.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that when I was.
I thought about that after when we played them. I was like, geez, I didn't even mention Damian Lillard, but
dang.
yeah, disrespect.
Disrespect.
But I mean,
He's
they're a good
upset.
team, so yeah, he probably is.
He's gonna watch this. He's gonna be upset.
Yeah, and then he lost against us, so that was so much worse. But
How's the team doing overall, though? I don't know.
Their team,
I don't keep up with
I'm
them,
not
so
sure
players.
what their record is, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they're maybe 1 game below us.
Yeah. And then Carroll actually played yesterday. Finally.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Is that the first time he played?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, he didn't. He played like a quarter maybe in total.
How did he do?
I think he got 2 points. He got a bucket.
Well, I mean,
Is that
a
right?
little disappointed that it's the first time we play him.
Yeah.
I was
that's
anticipating
'cause-
using him more, but you know.
That's because Murray was out for more like injury prevention or like health.
And he only got a
concerns.
quarter.
Yeah. Lonnie played some too. Like
Yeah,
everyone played, but
Brandon didn't go very well.
yeah. Not versus Clippers. He didn't do too hot, but it's alright.
I mean, they are also like the strongest, if well, not the top 2 like strongest defensive teams. So to throw him into that role was, you know, it's kind of hard.
The Clippers.
Yeah.
And then which other team are the strongest defense?
Like, man, I don't know, the Sixers, because they got
Sixers.
so much length. Like
Yeah.
Ben Simmons is a good defender, and he's 6'10". Joel Embiid is a 7-footer who can defend just about any position.
He's
So
got
it's
gloves
like-
now.
Yeah, he's got gloves.
He wears gloves to the
And
basketball games now.
What do they got? Tobias Harris is 6'9". He's not a great defender, but he's so long that he can defend, 3 positions easily and possibly a 4th in the post.
Yeah.
So you just got a lot of length on that team. But other than that, maybe the Lakers. I mean, they did pick up Avery Bradley. Anthony Davis is the defensive player of the year. LeBron obviously is a good defender. Rondo has also been a pretty good defender. McGee. So you got
Danny
a couple
Green,
teams.
Who was
Danny Green, who is a 3-and-D specialist. So yeah, you got a couple of teams, but I mean, Clippers would be the only one. So considering that Lonnie didn't do too hot, it's not a huge worry for me.
That's all right. At least they're throwing him in there and getting him some minutes.
Yeah, I think we need to start developing him a little bit.
And not just trash minutes. It's minutes within the actual game. So
yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, and since DeJounte Murray was out, so that could be a big help.
Yeah. Yeah, they were going back and forth with the Warriors though, which was I was like, are you kidding me?
I mean, yeah, but they still got a pretty good team.
All right.
I mean, they're not a trash team. Yeah, Steph Curry and Clay are out, but Draymond's one of the best defenders.
They're one in, yeah, but they're 1-4 right now.
Well, yeah, but that's because they
don't
got it together. But you also missing Klay Thompson, another a upgraded version of Danny Green for 3-and-D.
And then Curry's out, of course. For
and now Curry's out, yeah. But you still got D'Angelo Russell, who was a 20-something a game scorer.
Well, he got 30.
Yeah, so.
And Patty Mills was the highest scorer on that team. Patty Mills 31.
I saw him drop a couple of threes and like give people pretty close. So.
Yeah, I think he was like 3 for 9. That's solid right there.
Yeah, that's about average.
For him?
No, for like in general, that's like about average.
6 for 9. Sorry, not.
Oh, 6 for 3. You said 3.
Oh,
that's why I was like,
he was 6 for 9.
Okay, that's actually
yeah. That's what I was like. What?
That's pretty high. That's amazing.
He was 3 for 9. I mean, overall, I think they weren't too hot, but he was.
It always seems like he comes in. Him and Bryn Forbes just kind of like come in at the right time and they give us that boost in points.
Yeah,
but it's small guys.
I don't like that. I don't feel like they always are in sync. They're like one guy kind of does well, then the other one does well.
But
it's never like everyone does like really well.
Yeah, that tends to happen. I mean, I think it was like game 1, nobody really except Danny Green for the Lakers went off.
Yeah.
And he was like 5 for 5 in a quarter, so it's like one guy kind of takes over and it's like, let him go while he's hot.
That's true.
Let him go.
Yeah.
If it's not broken, don't fix it. Let him shoot.
I guess you would know more about that than I would.
Yeah.
I'm just a fan. You actually play.
Yeah.
I just like watching the Spurs a lot.
I mean, if most people get hot, that's even better. But if he's not missing, then why take the ball out of his hands? Let him keep going.
Disclaimer: I've never played basketball, and nor do I claim to have ever played basketball. But I am a fan of the San Antonio Spurs. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, big fan.
Yeah. So Patty Mills did great. I'm just wondering if this is a lineup they're going to stick with, where they got like Trey Lyles in the starting lineup. Seems like they've been consistent with their lineup.
And so does that leave LaMarcus at the center?
No, I think they actually played Lyles at center.
Okay. I mean, I think that Aldridge is better at power forward.
Yeah. So they got.
But they're the same height, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
Lyles at center, then Aldridge, and then DeRozan, Forbes, and Murray.
That kind of helps because since if you do put him at the center, he can also shoot a 3, if I'm not mistaken, fairly well. So that's a stretch. So can Aldridge, but Aldridge's shot is a little bit slower than Lyles.
Yeah, I guess we'd have to wait and see how. But it seems to be the consistent lineup that they've gone with up to now.
Yeah, 5 games in.
Yeah, 5 games in. Yeah. But they always switch it up.
I would like to see more of Lonnie and Damari and Carroll, but I'm not upset.
Yeah.
And Pirtle's still going off the bench.
Yeah. But I think, it seems like they always throw in it seems like the starting lineup is more of a defensive lineup, and then they throw in White, Mills, Bellinelli, more of like their shooters, if you will. They get like the shooters in, like try to go offense or strong on offense.
Maybe it's like a wearing down the opposing starters and with defensive clamps, and then just be like, hey, guys, take over,
and then get some offense going. I don't know. I've had to sit in and watch a whole game,
figure out what Pop does. I don't think anybody's ever gonna figure that out.
But it's good that they're doing well early.
Yeah,
and then they play the Lakers next too.
Oh, they do it again?
Yeah, damn, but they play at San Antonio, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. And when they do play the Clippers pretty soon again, in like 3 weeks, which we'll be there.
Yeah, in 3. When day after Thanksgiving.
4 weeks, yeah, 4 weeks.
Yeah, so you'll probably be getting a lot of Instagram live vids feed from the game from us, just because we'll be at the Clippers game
at the AT&T Center.
Yep. Going back to San Antonio for a minute. It'll be fun.
Should be a good game.
Hopefully.
It should be interesting to watch Kawhi walk in.
When does Paul George come back?
He may be back for that, because I think he's only supposed to miss 8-9 weeks.
Well, it's
total, but I mean he started before the season.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I don't know if they included him into the season 8-9 weeks. They just said 8-9 weeks.
So he might be back for that.
He may or may not be.
Yeah, because that'll be like 6 weeks into the season, so
yeah,
he might be
so
back.
it may be rough, but I mean, we saw him when he was with the Thunder, when it was him, Melo, and Russ. Wasn't he there already?
Yeah,
he was, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah. What else? So we wanted to go into, or do you want to go into fantasy football a little bit?
Oh yeah, we can do that.
You won, so I guess we can give you the floor.
Yeah.
Give you the floor.
Yeah.
You got a W.
I won. It was a good win. It was a hard fought game. I think we both scored like 150, so it was a nice scoring game. I got like 154. I think he got like 148, 149. So it was close.
My team is back to being dominant, so got everyone off of bye week. Got all the injuries out, so
what's okay next
we're
week.
good now.
Kamaro's got him bye week, so he hopefully comes back healthy. Kareem Hunt comes back next week too, so Kareem Hunt, Kamara come back. Mike Evans has like every third game he has like a 30-point game.
Well,
so and now I got Coleman.
I
picked up Josh Gordon, so like hopefully all these guys.
I picked up Murray, backup for Kamara. Yeah, I don't know why no one had him.
I thought about it, and then I was like, but then I had nobody that I would like willingly drop for him. So I said, I can drop this guy, but then like that still leaves a hole.
What place are you in?
I'm tied for like 4th or 5th now.
Oh, that's not good.
But I'm tied, so it's just.
What do we have? Halfway through the season now. Yeah. So that time.
Halfway. There's plenty of time in that time. Yeah. And this is when all my guys come back healthy.
All right.
It's gonna be ball rolling.
All right. Yeah, we got some guys that used to be last places are now doing work.
The person that won last year isn't second to last. Yeah. Actually, the last 2 seasons, Alex and Chris won. They're all last place.
They got to their heads. Can't handle it. Can't handle the fame.
Game of adjustments.
Can't handle the fame.
Yeah.
They couldn't handle all the glory.
As long as I don't get second place again,
That's all right. I got 2 W's, 2 golden trophies. So.
I got 3 second. No, I've shown I can second placers.
Yeah, I've shown I can handle the fame.
Back to back second place.
Championships.
Back to back second place.
Yeah.
Consistency. That's what I'm going with.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of Matt's tips.
Yeah, there you go.
We're bringing Matt back.
Yeah.
Matt's personal
consistency.
Consistency.
You got to train hard.
Yeah. And now, speaking of training hard, we're gonna go into a longer session. Bulking, right?
Yeah.
So, do you want to start us off with since you talked about bulking season last week? So there's a difference between body people, right? As if you're bulking, if we're talking about bulking and we're talking about gaining weight, I think I mentioned that for me it's hard to lose weight, or I find it more difficult to lose weight than to gain weight, while Victor finds it more difficult to gain weight than to lose weight.
Yeah.
For him, it's he loses weight without even trying. I have to make sure I don't gain weight, because make sure I maintain my weight that I'm at, or if not, I'm just gonna blow up. So now that we're in bulking season, we're gonna talk a little bit about what our maintenance calories are at and how it plays a factor into bulking season, since we're coming up on Thanksgiving in about 3 weeks.
Yeah. Which is definitely that's like bulker's paradise, because you basically have everything you want in one day and in one meal.
Yep.
And you can just go at it. I mean, given that you want to.
Yeah, and
which is a yes.
We already started pre-bulking season with Halloween. You got candy laying around, so you probably pick one up here or there. Even though you don't want to, you probably get 1 or 2. Like, oh, maybe I'll grab that Snickers.
Yeah, and it doesn't help, because then you go to the store and all Halloween candy's 50% off. Yeah. And it's like, wow. Or whatever's left of it, that is.
Yeah. So, like what I was talking about. So if we did the exact same workouts, we ate the same things, him, Victor, and myself. My maintenance calories, when I track them, it's usually 2,400 calories, while Victor's maintenance is around 2,600, right?
Yeah.
So already we're starting off where for me, my maintenance is a little bit lower than his. So if we're talking about bulking, if I'm going to track my bulking, which most people don't, so most people go into a dirty bulk.
Dirty bulk, or right? Basically what it is. Right?
Most convenient way, you don't track how much you're gaining, you just gain weight. But if you were to track, like if you track your weight like you're losing weight, though people normally track their cut when they're getting lean, but people don't track their bulking. So if we were tracking the bulking, if I went up 300 calories, which would put me at 2,700 calories, right? I'd be gaining consistently about 2.25 or 2.2 pounds a month,
Yes, like
right?
that.
If I was tracking, if I went up to 2,700. Now, if Victor did the exact same diet at 2,700 calories, he's probably gonna go up like
One
half
pound.
yeah.
Or 1 pound at best. So
Yeah.
you know.
We'll leave it at 1 pound.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna be gaining twice as much weight as Victor is if we start looking at the same amount of calorie intake. Just because his maintenance is higher than mine, he's gonna only be gaining a pound a month.
I'd really only be 100 calories up. That's where he'd be 300 calories up.
Right.
So,
Yeah. So that's where everybody is different, right? Since my maintenance is different and his maintenance is different, that's why it's so important to find your maintenance caloric intake. That way, if you want to track your macros when maybe you've seen some gains 1 or 2 years in, and you're getting excited and consistent about how you're able to change your body as far as muscle gains are concerned.
yeah.
You'll probably get more and more detailed with it as you see the progress throughout the years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so once you see that progress and you see that it actually works if you start tracking stuff, then this is where the bulking starts coming into play. And so we cannot take in the same amount of calories because for me, my bulking is going to be a lot easier than for Victor. Than for Victor's bulking is, right?
Yeah, that comes with a lot of things. Like, I mean, everybody's different. So like height plays a factor, weight plays a factor, lean body mass.
Right.
Your RMR, which is your resting metabolic rate, is about give or take 60% of what your daily just resting,
breathing.
Basically just
breathing.
The amount of calories you need just to like stay alive is basically what it is.
Yeah.
So everybody's is different, and so with lean body mass, age, height, and so on and so forth, all these things are variables into the bigger equation.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what will contribute to also differences. So while a 2,700 calorie diet might be beneficial for him, it may work for me. It just wouldn't work on the same level.
Right.
And so that's the biggest difference. So
yeah.
Know your body, find your caloric intake, because somebody else's diet plan might.
Hold on. You look bigger than me. I need to sit up a little bit. There we go.
Well, maybe that's why I look smaller. It's because I sit back.
Nah, now it's more accurate.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but while somebody else's whatever meal plan it is that they're on, and they're they say, oh, try my meal plan. This is exactly what I'm doing. Well, that might work for them. It may work for you, but it may not work for you on the same level, or it may not work for you. You just don't know. And so that's really the hardest thing to do, is just find what works for your body and really what your body requires. So, if you have questions, if you want to get on that and work on it, then obviously, send us an email, send me an email, whatever it is, and we can help you figure that out. But that'll be the biggest difference between that. And as you mentioned, the bulking and dirty bulking, you care about what you're intaking, you just don't really care. So you want to gain weight, but you're not willing to track it or really do a lot of the other things that it requires. So it's just kind of hoping that it works, but you don't know that it works. Yeah. So I wouldn't recommend that, but if you kind of don't care, then that's an option for you. But it is not LeijaLift approved. No stamp of approval on that one.
But shout out to MyFitnessPal, because that really helps tracking. If you plan on tracking, MyFitnessPal really helps me when I'm serious about tracking stuff.
Yeah.
When I find the meals or that fit my macros and then fit my calorie intake, I usually use MyFitnessPal, and I stay consistent with those meals throughout the week. And that really does help as far as if you just stay consistent. You don't have to think about what you're going to eat. You already know what you're going to eat, and you know that it's going to work for you. And then all you have to do is just check the scale and make sure it's working for you. Yeah. And you will see the difference if you are tracking your macros. The body might not show it for about 5 to 6 weeks, right, to where you like to see the changes, but the scale will show the changes faster than your body will.
Yeah.
So that's,
doubling back to what you said, MyFitnessPal is great. option because it does have an extremely large database. So you can even scan a little barcode and it'll fill everything for you.
Oh yeah, it even has HEB stuff on it.
Yeah,
check it out.
It
It
really,
has
really
HEB
does.
stuff on it. So.
And if not, then you can also actually, I think it gives you the option to input it.
Yeah.
So you can also input it yourself. And you can also change your goals. So if you go into like your profile, it'll tell you, what percentages, how you like your food. Your macros. So you can put percentages to your protein, how much percent of your fat, how much. So depending on what you prefer and how you like it to be, like if you like more carbs or more fats, you can change that as well. So it tracks that for you.
Yeah.
And it's a great option. And I was gonna follow up on the second you said, but I completely forgot what it was.
What was it?
I don't know. It was after that fitness pal.
About my gains. He's admiring my gains.
Yeah, that's not what it was.
I always got a flex on the video.
He's just
one flex. Hit him one time with that flex.
Yeah. So great option for MyFitnessPal. Recommend it, and as long as you stay consistent and keep track of it, then you should be okay. You should continue to move forward. There you go. I remember now.
There it is.
So when you are bulking or cutting, whichever it is, if let's say for me, like if I had 300 calories and I was at 2,900 calories and I gained weight on that, I would possibly stick to that and see if it works for a second week. Because if you don't need to up your calories and it works again, then if it's not broken, don't fix it. So if you see that you make progress 2 weeks in a row on the same calories, then you're minimizing the amount of fat that you can take in. Otherwise, if you're at 2,900 and then you up it to 3,000, and you might gain more during that time period. Yeah. So if it works 1 week, try the second week, and if it doesn't work, then you can up it. So you continue to make progress and you continue to track your progress. You don't make jumps and leaps too soon, which at some point you'll have to go into caloric maintenance. But that's an entirely different topic that we'll save for another video.
Yeah, and this is only taking into consideration that you want to do damage control for your bulk.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do damage control, just go ahead and eat everything at Thanksgiving and during Christmas. Yeah, but if you want to make sure that you don't overdo it, then when it comes to cutting season, you're like that dude that's like, oh, well, I went too far, now it's too much, I can't cut anymore. Right. Yep. Guilty. And then you're like, oh man, well, I think I overdid it by 10 pounds this bulking season. Then go ahead and eat everything, dude. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Eat that extra slice of pizza, extra pie. Don't even worry about it.
Just go for it.
Yeah. This is only if you want to do damage control. You want to do damage control, then track your stuff. Make sure you don't go overboard. And
but here at LeijaLift, we do things the right way. So that's not my recommendation. But if that's like your route, then by all means. But we like to do things quality and the right way here. So
we try. We'll put it. We try.
Consistency is the key.
Yeah, consistency.
One of Matt's rules. Consistency is the key for that one. So stay consistent. Progress will come. And just be patient with it. That's definitely the hardest thing for me is being patient.
Yep.
With the weight gain over the years, or attempt at weight gain over the years and size gain, that's been extremely difficult. So while my strength and everything has gone up, my size has been a lot slower to kind of follow. And so for somebody like me, patience is going to be everything. If you can gain size easier like him, then you might be okay. But cutting season, the reverse.
Yeah. My cutting season for me is tough, but bulking season is super easy.
Yeah.
For you, if you're tracking bulking is a lot harder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Viciously harder.
And then not only to mention that, but on top of that, you don't even eat a lot anyways to begin with.
Yeah, I don't have the biggest. I can snack all day, but it's not great.
Yeah. But
actual meals, I can. If it was up to me, like I can do like 2 full meals and I'm good for the day. But it doesn't always work.
Yeah.
So.
And then that might not even have the caloric intake that you need.
It usually doesn't. So that's why I had to like figure out a way to like. I try to have a very big breakfast, as big as possible, and fill in like half my calories if I can, because I know the other 2 meals are probably not going to go very well. So find what works for you. Like I said, I get a big breakfast. Lunch is usually not that great, not a massive meal, and especially because I'm at work, so I don't have all the time. I don't have the hunger really. You're just gonna be busy, so it's just gonna be one of those things. So for me, big breakfast helps. So figure out your schedule, what works for you and your body, and continue to go with it.
Yeah. Moral of the story: find your maintenance caloric intake.
Yeah.
And then if you want to do damage control, just add however many calories you want to be up in the week, and then divide that daily, so that way you're not overdoing it during the holidays. Right?
Yeah.
All right, and that's it for LeijaLift today. I hope you enjoyed our video. Hope you liked our educational video today. You can find us on LeijaLift underscore.
And VictorLeal_.
And then if you have questions for us, you can ask us on eliteathlete.online. Just send us your questions, or you can just DM us, I guess, too, right?
Yeah.
It's easier, just DM us, and we can get back to you. All right, that's it for
Yeah.
us today. That's all por hoy. Dale.